know what you're thinking, and yeah, it's another Call of Duty video. So, if you will, try and picture the scene, right? It's 2009, you've just got in from school, but you are fucking livid. Because that asshole Paul, the one you sit next to, he's told every single person in your class you haven't got any pubes yet. And you have got pubes. You've had them since year 6, and to be quite honest, you're quite well developed for your age. But no matter how you try and state your case, they won't believe you. And you feel the pain of 30 teenagers all laughing at you, just wish the whole world would swallow you up. You got home and you fired up that trusty Xbox 360, put on that wired rig headset, and you know that you're about to truly dominate a search and destroy lobby. Then you'll show everyone why you deserve that 2.7 KD. You are the king of your isolation bubble. The thing is, we all look back on these days with such joy and unadulterated hope, because back then, being good at a game meant you were a legend amongst your friends. Well, you had dreams of going pro and joining a clan, and you wouldn't ever have to go to a boring dead-end job, and eventually you'd make so much money just from being a god at video games, no one would laugh at you, and you could go straight to that local car dealership just to buy a car for £800,000 off that arsehole Paul, and make him watch as you make out with 2 supermodels in the back seat while he tries to sell you the fact that this car has indicators worth more than his fucking house. You were young. You were hopeful. And you felt that being good at video games really mattered. All of this bundles into that sweet feeling of nostalgia you get when you're in your 20s looking through your old game library, and you decide to install Call of Duty one last time because it reminds you of a point in your life where anything and everything was possible. Life was easy. Now, as nice as this feeling is, you soon begin to realise that things aren't the same as they once were, and your real life has taken over and that feeling of invincibility is gone. Well, that's okay. You've grown up and you're happy with the way your life is going. The only problem is, your love for video game is dwindling fast, and it's no one's fault, it's just the way it is. Call of Duty has become like that friend you had when you were 17, whose parents let him have friends round in the garden to have barbecues, drink beers and smoke pot, and your friends and you thought he was awesome because he didn't give a fuck and he was always down for a laugh. But a few years passed and you just leaving uni, you had a girlfriend and aspirations, and you were looking forward to the next chapter of your life. So when you get home you think, God, I wonder what mate he's doing. So you hit him up, call him, see what he's doing. You meet up with him, and when you see him, oh my God, doesn't it feel good? You're suddenly overwhelmed with emotions and feelings and memories of when you felt like you were unstoppable. But then you get talking to him, and you ask him what he's doing with his life, and he says he's just working in the same pub that he used to. He's bumming around, he's ripping bongs for breakfast, and he's got a new set of mates, 17-year-olds that he met at work, and they come over to his flat, and they smoke pot, and they drink with him all night. And you realise he is stuck in the past, still clinging on to a t-shirt that used to be his favourite, but it's got so many stains and rips in it now he might as well throw it in the bin. As you've grown up and moved on, your friend and Call of Duty have just stayed the same. The problem is, no matter what game comes out, you are going to crave that carefree feeling and ideology that nothing matters other than being the best at this game. But in reality, it doesn't matter anymore. And no matter what you do, there's no escaping the fact that you've grown up and the rest of your life has taken centre stage. But that is fine. It's okay not to be obsessed with games like you once were. And you can take a step back and actually enjoy games for what they are, instead of chasing that feeling you had as a child. The problem is that developers just don't seem to get this. That's why we're being bombarded with remakes, remasters and 8th sequels of franchises that you lost interest in before you lost your virginity. They too remember the golden days, when their game sold more copies than any other game before it, and everyone was talking about their game, and now their player base is dwindling, like the sex life of a couple whose love died 10 years ago, but they're keeping it together for the fucking kids. The fact of the matter is that the number one game at the moment is a brand new IP, a game that has jumped up out of nowhere with a brand new formula and has shaken the industry. I'm far from a fan of Fortnite, but I have to hold up my hands to Epic and say that something has been done right. By bringing games back from the dead, these developers are trying to milk every bit of the old nostalgia cow dry, and at this point, the fucking udders are so sore, it's gotta be kinda just to get the bolt gun out. The reason that Fortnite is currently more successful than Call of Duty is because it's actively trying to be innovative and bring some new ideas to the table. The thing is, if your favourite meal was sausage and mash, and your partner takes that on board, but then they start to make you sausage and mash every single day, for 10 fucking years straight, then after a while you're going to want to grab those sausages one by one in a rage and proceed to push each one aggressively into the depths of the kitchen bin. And it's the same for games. Now what I'm not saying is that Activision should just drop the Call of Duty franchise for good. I'm just saying that they would really benefit from shaking up the formula and make some real innovative changes to both gameplay and the engine to make it feel fresh. Even if it means taking a year out of their yearly release schedule, even if it means that they lose out on some money, the community would be really grateful in the long run. With the new Call of Duty title looming on the horizon, all I can hope for is that they realise that too. I'd love to sit here and say that I'm going to boycott the release of Modern Warfare, I really would. But the reality of it is, I'm going to buy it. I'll probably even pre-order it. In fact, I'm definitely going to pre-order it. And I will sit through another meal of what is probably going to be the same sausage and mash that I've been eating for a fucking decade. All that I can hope for is that I'll be surprised by a lovely 18-ounce ribeye steak. But we will see. Anyway, this is all just my personal opinion, but it's a topic I'm personally passionate about. And to be honest, I would just really like to see some changes to a franchise that is undeniably close to my heart. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this rant. Sorry it went on too long. And if you've made it this far, please consider giving this video a like. And if you're feeling really generous, then please subscribe. This is my first video, but with your support, I aim to be making many, many more. Peace!